Phil Collins, the legendary drummer, singer, and songwriter, has been a household name for over 5 decades. From his early days as the drummer of Genesis to his meteoric rise as a solo artist in the 1980s, Collins has left an indelible mark on the music industry. However, in recent years, the music icon has been notably absent from the public eye, leaving fans wondering about his well-being and future plans. Rumors about his health, personal life, and potential retirement have circulated, but Collins himself remained silent until now. In a series of intimate and revealing interviews, Phil Collins has finally opened up about his life, career, and the challenges he's faced along the way. At 73, he's ready to share his story, reflect on his legacy, and give fans a glimpse into what the future may hold. This is a moment that music lovers have been eagerly anticipating, a chance to hear directly from the man behind some of the most beloved songs of our time. In this in-depth exploration, we'll dive into Phil Collins's extraordinary journey, from his humble beginnings as a child actor in London's West End to his ascent to global superstardom. We'll examine the triumphs and tribulations that have shaped his personal and professional life, and the reasons behind his decision to step away from the limelight. Most importantly, we'll discover what motivated him to break his silence now and what insights he's gained from a lifetime in music. This is the story of Phil Collins, told in his own words. It's a story of incredible talent, unwavering dedication, and the power of music to touch lives and transcend generations. As we embark on this journey, we'll gain a deeper understanding of the man behind the legend and the enduring impact of his work. Phil Collins' rise to fame. Philip David Charles Collins was born on January 30, 1951, in Chiswick, West London. From a young age, he was immersed in the world of entertainment, thanks in large part to his mother, Greville, who worked as a theatrical agent. This early exposure to the arts would prove to be formative for young Phil, who began his career as a child actor, appearing in various stage productions and even rubbing shoulders with the likes of the Beatles. But it was in music that Collins found his true calling. In 1970, he answered an advertisement for a drummer in the progressive rock band Genesis, which was fronted at the time by the enigmatic Peter Gabriel. The audition process was unconventional, with Collins reportedly spending much of his time swimming in the pool at Gabriel's parents' house. Despite this unusual approach, his talent was undeniable, and he secured the position, marking the beginning of a musical journey that would span decades. 5 years later, when Gabriel decided to leave Genesis to pursue a solo career, the band was faced with a dilemma. Who would step up to fill the role of lead vocalist? After a lengthy search failed to yield a suitable replacement, Collins reluctantly agreed to take on the challenge. It was a decision that would change the course of his career and the trajectory of the band. Under Collins's leadership, Genesis underwent a transformation, moving away from their progressive rock roots and embracing a more pop-oriented sound. Albums like Duke, 1980, Abacab, 1981, and Genesis, 1983, showcased this new direction, and the band's popularity soared, particularly in the United States. Simultaneously, Collins embarked on a solo career that would see him become one of the most successful artists of the 1980s. His debut solo album, Face Value, released in 1981, featured the iconic single In the Air Tonight, which showcased his distinctive drumming style and emotive vocals. The song became an instant classic and set the stage for a string of hit albums and singles that would cement Collins's status as a pop superstar. Throughout the 80s, Collins's solo work and his contributions to Genesis made him an inescapable presence on the charts. Songs like Against All Odds, Sussudio, One More Night, and Another Day in Paradise became staples of radio airplay and MTV rotation. His music videos, often featuring Collins's affable personality and self-deprecating humor, endeared him to audiences worldwide. Beyond his solo work and his role in Genesis, Collins also became known for his collaborations with other artists. He worked with a diverse array of musicians, from Eric Clapton and Philip Bailey to Robert Plant and Tina Turner. His drumming skills were highly sought after, and he even had the distinction of playing with Led Zeppelin at the historic Live Aid concert in 1985. As the decade drew to a close, Phil Collins had achieved a level of success that few musicians could rival. He had sold millions of records, won numerous awards, and become a household name across the globe. However, as we'll explore, the price of fame would prove to be high, and the challenges that lay ahead would test Collins in ways he never could have imagined. Challenges and controversies. Despite the incredible highs of his career, Phil Collins's personal life has been marked by significant challenges and controversies. His relationships have often been the subject of tabloid scrutiny, with his 3 marriages ending in divorce. The most public of these was his split from second wife Jill Tavelman in 1996, which was accompanied by rumors of infidelity and a contentious legal battle. One particularly damaging episode occurred during this period, when a fax that Collins had sent to Tavelman, intending to discuss access to their daughter Lily, was misinterpreted by the media as a cold-hearted divorce announcement. The fallout from this misunderstanding would haunt Collins for years, with some painting him as an uncaring father and husband. Alongside his personal struggles, Collins also faced challenges in his acting career. While he had achieved some success, notably with his lead role in the 1988 film Buster, his forays into acting were often met with mixed reviews and controversy. Buster in particular drew criticism for its light-hearted portrayal of the Great Train Robbery, a serious crime that had taken place in the UK in 1963. However, it was the toll on his physical health that would prove to be Collins's greatest challenge. Years of intense drumming, both on stage and in the studio, had taken a severe toll on his body. He began to experience chronic pain, particularly in his back and neck, which would worsen over time. In the late 2000s, Collins underwent a series of surgeries to repair damaged vertebrae and address nerve issues in his hands. The procedures left him with limited sensation in his fingers, making it difficult to play the drums with the same dexterity and power he had once possessed. For a musician so defined by his virtuosic drumming, it was a devastating blow. Compounding these physical issues were Collins' struggles with alcohol. He has been open about his battles with drinking, which escalated during periods of personal turmoil and professional uncertainty. The combination of chronic pain, reduced musical abilities, and personal demons led Collins to a dark place, one that he would later describe as the lowest point of his life. The decision to step away. Faced with mounting health issues and a sense that he could no longer perform at the level he once had, Phil Collins made the difficult decision to retire from music in 2011. It was an announcement that sent shockwaves through the music world, and one that many fans struggled to come to terms with. For Collins, however, it was a matter of necessity and self-preservation. In the years that followed, Collins largely retreated from the public eye. While Genesis continued on without him, releasing new music and touring, Collins focused on his recovery and his family life. He spoke openly about wanting to be a more present father to his young children, having felt that he had missed out on important moments with his older children due to his demanding career. During this period, rumors about Collins's health and well-being continued to circulate. Some speculated that he was gravely ill, while others suggested that he had lost his passion for music altogether. Through it all, Collins remained largely silent, allowing the speculation to grow unchecked. For fans, it was a time of uncertainty and concern. Phil Collins had been a constant presence in the music world for so long that his absence left a tangible void. Many wondered if they would ever hear from him again, or if his retirement marked the end of an era. The surprising return. In 2016, after years of silence, Phil Collins made a surprising announcement. He was returning to the stage. The Not Dead Yet tour, cheekily named after media speculation about his health, marked a triumphant comeback for the music legend. Despite his physical limitations, which necessitated performing while seated, Collins's voice remained as powerful and emotive as ever. Fans flocked to see him, overjoyed at the opportunity to experience his music live once again. The tour was a resounding success, proving that Collins's appeal had not diminished in his years away from the spotlight. It also served as a testament to his resilience and determination, as he refused to let his health issues define him or limit his ability to connect with his audience. The success of the Not Dead Yet tour led to another milestone moment in 2020, the reunion of Genesis. Collins, along with bandmates Tony Banks and Mike Rutherford, announced that they would be embarking on a final tour dubbed The Last Domino. For fans, it was a dream come true, a chance to see one of the most influential and beloved bands of all time take the stage one last time. The reunion tour was a bittersweet affair, marked by both joy and sadness. While fans reveled in the opportunity to hear Genesis's music live again, there was a palpable sense that this was truly the end of an era. Collins's health issues were more apparent than ever, and it was clear that the rigors of touring were taking a toll on him. Despite the challenges, Collins and his bandmates delivered a series of powerful and emotional performances, showcasing the enduring magic of their music. For Collins, it was a fitting way to close this chapter of his career, surrounded by the musicians and fans who had been with him every step of the way. Breaking the silence. Now, in 2023, Phil Collins has made the decision to break his long silence and share his story with the world. In a series of candid interviews, he has opened up about his triumphs and struggles, his joys and his sorrows, and the lessons he has learned over the course of his remarkable career. For Collins, the decision to speak out now is a deeply personal one. Having reached a point of reflection in his life, he feels a sense of responsibility to his fans, many of whom have followed him for decades and have been deeply affected by his music. By sharing his experiences, he hopes to provide insight, inspiration, and perhaps even solace to those who have faced their own challenges. In these interviews, Collins has been remarkably frank about the difficulties he has faced. He has spoken about the physical pain that has plagued him for years, and the emotional toll of watching his musical abilities diminish. He has also been open about his struggles with alcohol and the impact it has had on his personal life and relationships. Yet, even in discussing these darker moments, Collins exudes a sense of gratitude and perspective. He reflects on the incredible opportunities he has had, the people he has worked with, and the lives he has touched through his music. He speaks of the joy he has found in fatherhood and the pride he takes in watching his children pursue their own passions. Collins also offers his unique perspective on the music industry and how it has changed over the course of his career. As someone who has experienced firsthand the shifts from analog to digital, from albums to streaming, he provides valuable insights into the challenges and opportunities facing musicians today. Perhaps most striking is the way in which Collins reflects on his own legacy. While he acknowledges the impact he has had, he remains humble and grounded. He speaks of the music he has created as a gift, one that he has been privileged to share with the world. He expresses gratitude for the fans who have supported him throughout his career and who continue to find meaning and comfort in his songs. The response to Collins's interviews has been overwhelming. Fans have taken to social media to express their admiration and support, sharing stories of how his music has touched their lives. Fellow musicians have praised his honesty and vulnerability, recognizing the courage it takes to be so open about one's struggles. In breaking his silence, Phil Collins has given us a rare and precious gift. He has allowed us to see beyond the public persona, to understand the man behind the music. He has reminded us that even our heroes are human, subject to the same pain and doubt that we all face, and he has shown us that through it all, music has the power to heal, to connect, and to transcend. What's next for Phil Collins? As Phil Collins looks to the future, there is a sense of both uncertainty and possibility. While he has been clear that his touring days are likely behind him, he has hinted that he may still have music to share with the world. Whether this takes the form of new recordings, collaborations with other artists, or something else entirely remains to be seen. One thing that is certain is that Collins's legacy is secure. His impact on popular music is undeniable, and his songs will continue to resonate with listeners for generations to come. As new artists discover his work and find inspiration in his creativity and craftsmanship, Collins's influence will only continue to grow. There is also a sense that, in telling his story, Collins has opened the door for a broader conversation about the challenges facing musicians, particularly as they age. His openness about his physical struggles and his decision to retire from touring has shed light on the often overlooked reality of the toll that a life in music can take. As the industry continues to evolve, it will be important to find ways to support musicians throughout their careers, not just at their peak. Collins's experiences serve as a reminder that behind the glamour and the fame, there are real people with real struggles and real needs. For Collins himself, the future holds the promise of continued growth and reflection. Having come through so many challenges, he seems to have found a sense of peace and perspective. He has spoken about the importance of family, of giving back, and of living life on one's own terms. Whatever the future holds, one thing is clear. Phil Collins's music and his story will continue to inspire and move us. His journey, with all its twists and turns, serves as a testament to the enduring power of creativity, perseverance, and the human spirit. Conclusion. In the end, Phil Collins's decision to break his silence is more than just a gift to his fans. It is a reminder of the power of storytelling, of the ways in which our experiences, both good and bad, shape who we are and how we see the world. Through his music, Collins has touched countless lives. He has provided the soundtrack to our joys and our sorrows, our triumphs and our heartbreaks. He has shown us the power of vulnerability, of expressing our deepest emotions through song. Now, in sharing his own story, he has given us something equally valuable. He has shown us that no matter how successful we may be, we all face challenges and doubts. He has reminded us of the importance of perseverance, of pushing through even the darkest of times, and he has demonstrated the healing power of openness and honesty. As we reflect on Phil Collins's journey, we are reminded of the ways in which music connects us. It transcends language, culture, and time, speaking to something deep and universal within us all. It has the power to comfort us, to inspire us, to change us in ways we never could have imagined. In the end, that may be Phil Collins's greatest legacy. Not just the incredible music he has created, but the way in which he has used his platform to touch lives and make a difference. Through his songs, his performances, and now his story, he has given us a piece of himself, and in doing so, he has made the world a little bit brighter. As we move forward, let us carry Phil Collins's spirit with us. Let us remember the power of music to bring us together, to help us heal, and to make us whole. Let us celebrate the courage it takes to be vulnerable, to share our stories, and to connect with others on a deep and meaningful level. And let us never forget the incredible gift that Phil Collins has given us. A lifetime of music, a story of resilience and hope, and a reminder that even in our darkest moments, we are never truly alone. Thank you, Phil Collins, for the music, for the memories, and for the courage to break your silence. Your legacy will live on, long after the final note has been played.